Hello, 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 and welcome to the latest HR on the Offensive Live. It's me, Chris Howard from Lace Partners, joining you on this wonderful Tuesday that we always do, our live streams. Now, I've got the fabulous Jess from our change practice. How you doing, Jess? You all right?
Very well, thank you, Chris. How are you?
I'm good. I'm really, really good. You and I are going to have a little chat about AI and specifically how AI links to change management, because you, our colleague Ed and Annette from your change team recently did a blog. The blog is featured on our website. It's called AI and Change Management, a Synergy for Success. We've also done a bit of a podcast as well, which we'll be releasing shortly too. But in the meantime, what I thought I'd do is just get maybe 5 minutes with you just to talk a little bit about helping to answer two key questions here. Yeah. The first key question is, of course, around the impact of AI for change managers. So what do we talk about in that blog, in the podcast? Can you just give maybe a little bit of advice that we give to change managers? And then we'll talk about the impact of change management for AI.
Yeah. So I think AI is obviously going to impact everybody. And if we think about it for change managers, when we go into organizations and we help organizations manage change, we have to understand audiences and the people that actually work in the organization. So I think to start off with, AI will really help us understand the different personas in the organization. We can do this so much easier using AI than we might do today, and we'll have more of an in-depth data and analytical understanding of the actual people that are in the organization. So we'll understand their motivations, how they feel about their jobs, what they want, what they don't want. And as a result, it will really help us manage all of the change better. AI will help us have more tailored messaging as a result of those personas. Okay, this person will be interested in this. AI will actually be able to tailor some of those messaging to make it more powerful, to really resonate with the people that are receiving those messages and the engagement we obviously push out. On top of that, it's also about training. Again, understanding our people that are in the organization will also ultimately help us train better, again, using those sentiments, what their motivations, what do they need to know, how is this actually going to affect their role. It will really help us to train. So I think that will definitely make us a lot more effective when we're actually managing change going forward as a result, but also it helps with the experience from an employee point of view as well. And thinking about some of those training, we can really start utilizing like gamification, more on-the-go training. I know that we've spoken about VR. It really opens up so much more engaging channels for people to train on. And as a result, they're more likely to actually learn the content. If you think about just classroom training, they're actually more likely, if it's on their phone, if we've got competitions, VR, they're much more likely to actually learn the content. So yeah, those are my favorite ones. But then you've obviously got other ones like, make you much more efficient when you're notes and identifying risks. But I think those are my favorite ones anyway for change management.
I think for me, the training piece is an interesting one, because that idea that things can be more personalized, so tailored to my needs and be more interactive and real time as well. That's one of the challenges I always had. If I think back to when I first started working, and you'd have online portals for training, and you'd have to very much follow a specific way in which the organization wants you to learn, or things that it wants you to learn. But this AI has the potential to enable people to go their own path and lean into their own skills and specialisms, doesn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So let's talk about a little bit around change management. So how is AI going to impact the change management space, do you think?
So in terms of change managers implementing AI? Yep. So I think obviously they are going to have a huge role in implementing AI throughout organizations. I think with AI, this is not just affecting a group of people, like data, for example, it's going to affect everybody. And I think one of the things that change managers are really going to have to tackle is the resistance to change and the rhetoric that AI is going to take over our jobs and they're not going to have any jobs. Actually, there's so many opportunities that I think the change managers will have to sell. And that's what we need to focus on. Okay, it'll actually enable people to think more, because we have a lot of the operational work will be, done by AI. That actually opens more of a space for relationship building and creativity and strategic thinking. And all of that is going to become more important And I think just dispelling some of that fear throughout organisations is where change managers can really help to implement AI throughout organisations.
Yep. And so just wanted to do this quick check-in. Obviously, what we want people to do is check out the blog. So we go into a little bit more detail, and we talk in a little bit more detail on the podcast as well, which will be coming out shortly. Is there any kind of final pieces of advice or any kind of bits that you'd want to leave anybody watching this video with today when they're thinking about how is AI going to impact me as a change manager? Or how is AI going to impact, how is my role going to change in terms of the way in which I engage with the business? So any kind of final nuggets that you want to leave anybody with?
I think we just have to be open to all the opportunities and to learn about the opportunities, because we don't need to be scared of it. We can utilize it. It's going to change our profession for the best and for the good. And as long as we upskill and learn, and then we can utilize it, and then we become better change managers and also roll out more effective change.
That's absolutely brilliant. So if you want to find out a little bit more about Jess or the team, you can check out, if you go to the services section or what we do on our website, you can see all of the work that we do in the change management space. You can check out Jess and her team, and Ed and Annette, who have been part of the process of writing this stuff. But from myself, from Jess, and from all of us at least partners, thank you very much for tuning in. And we'll catch you next week on the HR on the Offensive Live. Bye-bye.